Welcome to the first installment in the Brandon Peters Show summer of 2004 at 20 music video companion series. Joining me for this kickoff from the Bob and Tom Show, and of course, fresh off the Brandon Peters Show live at PopCon Indy 2024. It's already happened, but when we're recording, it hasn't happened. So if there's
It was
something
a great
crazy,
event, Brandon. It was great.
yeah, it's Jessica Alsman.
Hello.
Hello. So if something happened there that's like, oh, they're going to talk about it, we're not going to talk about it because this is the past airing in the future. So yeah, and you've heard that episode. Hopefully I've released my popcorn stuff by now. If you're not familiar, and every Friday in the Summer of Series will feature a discussion of the music video or song from the weekly Top 40 series. Originally Casey Kasem's Top 40, now Ryan Seacrest's Top 40. Times they are a changing, and we'll have a rotating carousel of guests like Jessica and other people who will be coming around. So Jessica, before we get into this video we're talking today, what were you doing in 2004? Any memories, happenings, things?
It would be the summer before my senior year of high school, so I'm trying to think if I did anything at all. I think this is my last lazy summer where I didn't work. And yeah, just hanging out with my friends a lot, doing a lot of tanning, which is like you go lay out at the pool with your friend,
right?
And then you go to the tanning bed, and then you would go out later because you would double dip. That's right. Back in 2004, we didn't care about sun damage still. We just ignored the warnings. We wanted to be tan. And this is still, I think, before Jersey Shore.
Yeah, that came out in like 2009 or
yeah, we just wanted to be tan. You felt skinny, and that smell of a tanning bed. Oh, it was wonderful. So
I remember there was a tanning bed kill in Final Destination 3. I remember that because that's how big tanning beds were. Those were the rage.
There was one girl that had one in our school, and I was like, holy crap, she's so rich. She has her own tanning bed.
I think the thing to do was like, because we went to Florida when I was in high school on spring break. But we would go to the tanning bed to like get ourselves used to the sun type thing.
That makes a lot of sense. Get a nice base so you don't fry the second you're out in the sun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I remember I did tanning bed to do that, but that's
so now my sunspots are at 20. Like these music videos.
There we go. So before as we're gonna do, like, we had movies we talked about in the Monday episode, and I always ask the music video guests their thoughts on them too, because they're appearing on that week and they may have thoughts, things, and other musings on them. So the movies this week were New York Minute, Off the Lip, Super Size Me, and Van Helsing. Do you have any memories of those?
I remember seeing Van Helsing as far as like the trailer and the posters, because Kate Beckinsale is like gorgeous. But New York Minute, I was too old for that. That's the Olsen twins.
Yep.
Super Size Me, I remember the premise of it. He ate McDonald's.
Yep.
Like every day. The super size
yeah.
meals, which it sounds about like my life in Rush County. It's like, oh, we just eat McDonald's every day. But I've never heard of Off the Lip.
It's this like found footage surf movie, and it's got the girl from Mighty Ducks.
Oh, wait, I was starting to think Little Giants.
I believe it was the girl from Mighty Ducks. She went on to some other things too, but right there I went to Mighty Ducks. And I talked about this movie a while back because the recordings are so far apart. And it's got Adam Scott, and it's awful. It's not good. It's about these people looking for this legendary mythic surfer, and they're making a documentary, and it's bad. It's not good.
Bad. Okay.
Yeah. Didn't like it.
Did they try their best, or is it one of those things where they just threw together a movie because another movie studio was doing this, and so they try to do the exact same premise but faster?
I don't know. I think they just were making some movie cheaply that they could do and using found footage to save money. And it's like this couple goes making this documentary and starts falling more apart during it.
Oh. And
it's not funny. It's not good drama. It's just, I didn't like it. Not a fan. Yeah, Super Size Me, still interesting. Still a pretty solid documentary. But the funny thing is, by the time it came out and people could see it, Super Sizing was gone from McDonald's. So it was removed in this documentary.
What it was because of the documentary?
They say it was not, but kind of weird
Coincidentally,
coincidence.
yeah.
Yeah, coincidentally before it was released wide. And yeah, just kind of interesting premise, and it was kind of launched a documentary craze as well, and it showed like a lot of people that you can make a documentary too if you try. Morgan Spurlock became a little bit of a celebrity for a bit. He made a like Where in the World is Osama bin Laden was his next documentary, and all sorts of stuff. So yeah, it was interesting. And Van Helsing, I had this like I didn't like it in the theater, and then I watched it many moons later on 4K Ultra HD, and I was like, you know what, this wasn't too bad. And then I watched it for this, and I was like, you know what, maybe it wasn't not so. I was like, it wasn't as good as
You're
I
like, I was
remembered it.
being forgiving.
I was being forgiving. I do think the movie cares a lot more and loves the classic Universal monsters more than people would give it credit. But it's a interesting thing that happens. So that's our first list of movies, which if you were just listening to this, you could go back to and listen to from Monday when it released. So this first music video we're kicking off with is a complete cheat to my parameters here on the show, but it's Toxic by Britney Spears. And when we're starting the summer of 2020, it just fell out of the top 10 on the Ryan Seacrest top 40. And you know what? I'm not gonna waste a chance. Well, I'm not gonna let this particular chance go to waste. So we're gonna talk Toxic to kick off this series. Toxic is the second single from the fourth album by Britney Spears called In the Zone. It was preceded by the singles Me Against the Music and followed by Every Time and Outrageous. This song went 6 times platinum, has 2.3 million digital downloads, and was the 5th best-selling single in the United States in 2004. This is cited as one of the most influential and innovative songs of pop music. Rolling Stone named it one of the 500 greatest songs of all time. It won Britney Spears her first and only Grammy Award for Best Dance Recording in 2005. This is her 4th top 10 single and the first one since Oops, I Did It Again. And rank number 7 on Billboard's greatest music videos of the 21st century, which we'll get to that video in a bit. The funny anecdote, this was originally offered to Kylie Minogue, and she said no.
Really?
Yep.
Like the song and everything. She just said no.
Said no.
That sounds good. Well, I want to hear Kylie's version.
Yeah. And here's something I didn't remember about it until I was like, oh, yeah. When I was doing the research, this was featured in the Doctor Who episode, The End of the World, which was the second episode when it came back with Christopher Eccleston in 2005.
Oh, wow.
It's the last song played on planet Earth before it explodes.
Holy crap.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's right. I was like, I completely spaced it. I was like, oh, yeah, Toxic. So it was the one of the first instances of it being used in a television or film product was Doctor Who, which was crazy. And that I didn't remember that.
Another reason you had to mention it for 2004.
I had to do Toxic. Yep.
You were still singing it in the summer of 2004. It was playing by the pool.
So what did you think of Toxic when it came out? Before we get to the video, let's talk about your thoughts on the song.
Just hearing the song, I love it. It's catchy. I don't know what, I think I was reading something, however they do the beat, whatever it is, like, is it Bollywood?
Yeah,
but I love
got a little bit of Bollywood, yeah.
Thing about it, and it's still Britney because you got the breathiness, like that, and it's every girl blasting this in their car. I don't know, I just absolutely loved it. Half the time, I think I would just botch the words though and mumble through because as I'm rewatching the video and kind of singing along with it, I'm like, did I even know what the words were right there? I don't think I actually knew. I still don't, the lyrics, but I loved everything about the song. It could do no wrong.
As a boy,
even now I can still hear it.
Yeah.
And as soon as you hear that intro, it's like, here we go. Game time.
Still awesome. Like it is it just holds. Like I don't even think it's like nostalgia when it hits. Like it's still bad. Like this beat, this music is awesome. It's catchy. It feels like, I don't know, it feels like a ride. If you have it loud and going, you're just like, oh yeah, and just it all comes together perfectly. This is, I don't know. I know people will probably be like, "Oops, I did it again," or "Hit Me, Baby, One More Time." It's like, oh, Britney's song, but I think this is her best. Like I truly believe that because I'm like, this song just is. It crosses genres, it crosses genders in terms of like appeal. Like it is just, I can't think of someone who'd be like, oh, that song. Like unless the hipsters that don't like anything pop, they probably don't like. But even then, they'd be like, the beat's kind of cool. That
Mm-hmm.
like, there's just something really catchy, just musically about the song before it even gets to the, her singing or lyrics. Like
Right.
it's just, and at the time, it felt daring and different in terms of like what you were hearing on the radio. It was like, oh, this could change things. It didn't, but it could be more like this, like, and yeah, I just like, wow, there's no cheesiness to it. It's just a sweet song. Like,
Yeah. Dudes were using it as like their walkout song in baseball
yeah,
because that's how good it is. It's like, heck yeah, that's my jam. No big deal.
you hear at the club, you're like, oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yes, like yeah, yeah, it works. Perfect. And then she was really, she had the previous album where she was working with like Pharrell and had like Slave for You and all that stuff where she was, felt like she was evolving in what she was, her sound. Cause her first two albums kind of like feels like she has a shtick. And then the next two feel like she's trying to branch out and do some more stuff. Um, but yeah, I think the song is awesome. I once saw, oh, it was the first time I saw Ingrid Michaelson in concert. She covered this song and it was awesome. With her
Oh, wow.
ukulele. Well, she had her full band, but like they did this was the finale. Yeah, they went home on Toxic. And this was back in like 2011. So it wasn't even new.
And
But
everyone was probably so excited, like, woo.
yeah, it was, but
Oh,
she's have you ever seen her in concert or anything like that?
no. Mm-mm.
It's a wonderful time. I once saw her leave on what song was it? We Found Love by Rihanna. They did it went out on that one. Just like unexpected cover that like come out. And then I saw her do like she does this little she'll have a little partner concert where she does some solo stuff at a piano and on her ukulele and it's her like she's like this is my like prestigious bitch portion of the show or something like that. Like, some people come to see this and then she did Radiohead's Creep one time on the
Oh,
ukulele and it
wow.
was great. Her songs are the best part though of the show. But just to see these like covers are like, oh, nifty. But like to see like her setup pull off Toxic, that was really cool. That was like I was like, that was awesome. So yeah, have a good I definitely Toxic. Yeah, I had to cover the song. There's no skipping Toxic.
Right. Who cares if it fell out
Crazy.
of the top 10? It was
So
still there.
so sorry, Usher, yeah, you're next week. Like it's another timeless song that I
Oh
don't
my
think feels
gosh.
cheesy.
You know what?
So
I'm not a part of that one, so I'm going to
yeah.
share a little story real quick for
Hmm.
teaser.
Yep.
When I met my boyfriend Donnie, which we've
Oh.
been together for like 16 years,
Hmm.
he first time I saw him technically without realizing who he was, knowing that I would meet him in a couple of like months, he was dancing to that song like the Magic Mike style with these
Oh.
guys at I think at Anderson University or maybe it was the year before. Like, oh, I forget what the thing was even called on Friday night. So it's kind of like what they would, you don't have frats, but it's like
Hmm.
the social club. Oh my God, Dativus, I think that's what they were. But
Okay.
they might have done a talent show. I don't know, but there's like four guys and they were doing like their little whatever dancing, but he was one of the people that helped, I think. But yeah, he could dance.
Did he
So
get
when
to
I
be
met Donnie, he
ludicrous?
could do, I don't know, but he had moves. And when I met him, he had moves. And I was like, oh, nice.
Oh man,
And
he needs to bring the
now,
moves back.
oh, he's still got him. I don't.
Okay.
I will throw a hip out, but
Gosh.
gosh, sorry. So yeah,
We need to have
holds a
a
special
mutual
place in my heart.
we need to have a mutual friend that like gets married and has a reception so we can get him on the dance floor. And I gotta see this.
Well, if we ever get married, you can come.
Okay, okay, okay.
I
So
guess
there.
that'd probably be easier.
Okay, if you want to do
Trying to
that,
think. Everyone
fine.
else is already married.
I wasn't pressuring you.
That's okay. I don't need this from you and my dad. It's 16 years, Dad. Give it up. I'll just have a
Yeah.
party where we dance. And then
Okay,
it's
fair
taken
enough.
care of.
Fair
And
enough.
then anyone that's listening can come too. There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
They're like writing this down in their book. Oh, I remember she said that. I'm gonna wait for that party invite.
Address in the comments.
Yeah. You have to make a comment that you want to be invited, then I'll send you a DM. There you go.
There you go. There you go. Oh, I forgot to DM you. Sorry. This is directed by Joseph Kahn. This is the second time you and I have talked about a Joseph Kahn music video.
Hold on. Don't tell me it's like Janet Jackson. It's not Janet Jackson, is it?
Do you remember what the first music video you and I ever discussed was?
Backstreet Boys?
Yep. Backstreet.
Oh, wow.
All right.
Great music.
Yeah. Guy knows it. He did Rob Zombie's Living Dead Girl, which I also talked on the show.
Okay.
He is the person behind the masterpiece that is the Thong Song music video. He's done a bunch of Taylor Swift music videos. He's done Montel Jordan, Onyx, Warren G, New Edition, Shaq, and Korn.
Wow.
He also directed the movie Torque and Detention, which was a little like horror comedy that got a lot of attention like a decade ago. And then TV, he's done some Crazy Ex-Girlfriend episodes. But yeah, Torque, which was Martin Henderson in Torque.
Yes, he was.
And yeah.
Thank you for bringing that up, because watching this music video, I'm like, holy crap, it's the guy from freaking Virgin River and 7 days.
And
the Ring.
The Ring.
Yeah, 7 days. I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't even know.
Ex-boyfriend of Britney Spears. That's why he's in this music video. Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yep.
I wonder where they met.
Don't know. But he was her ex when he was shooting this video. So yeah. I don't know. Tyson Beckford, also, he was a very notable model. Like him and Tyrese were models around the same time, I guess. Like but he was pretty well known at this time. But he likes to say that there were references to Blade Runner, 7-Year Itch, and the films of John Woo in this music video. It was filmed over 3 days in December 2003 on a soundstage in Los Angeles. And then the funny thing with this music video was after the Super Bowl incident with Janet Jackson, the video got dubbed too racy for MTV and was bumped to late night rotation. Though I swear I saw this all the goddamn time, but I was in college at the time, so I had late night TV on. So maybe that's why I saw Toxic a lot.
Right.
But I was like, oh, this is too okay, sure. But I mean, she's in a like diamond see-through thing.
Oh, those are diamonds glued to her body. She's naked.
Oh, okay.
And those are just like put all over her body, which at first I thought it was like a suit, like a see-through suit. And apparently,
what lucky human got to glue all the diamonds to?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even understand how that works. So I don't know if like she still had something below. I don't even get it.
Yeah.
So it's like, as I read that, I'm like, what the heck? How? And then I'm just watching it the whole time. Like, she's so pretty. She's just like absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
And this is when she had control over everything, I believe, herself and her, whatever you call it, mind.
Yeah. This was her a year after Crossroads. I believe that came out the previous year, or 2002. Is that when that came out?
Ooh.
Crossroads, which starred Anson Mount.
2002. I do love Anson Mount. Oh my gosh, he's a baby.
Remind me to tell you about Anson Mount after the recording.
Okay.
So yeah, so it's just got her starts on a plane, wanting to join the Mile High Club, and there's a guy, like a fat guy that's a sexier guy in a mask. She like puts up with in the bathroom. But and then she gets on a bike and says, like, it's got spy shit, but I'm like, I don't know what's going on here. Like, she's supposed to like kill Martin Henderson, and she does the whole poison down the mouth trick or whatever. The toxic poison or whatever. And it's got a lot of CG stuff where it feels like CG is unnecessary, but okay. It's trying to be fancy and show it's got a lot of money. And the camera moves and zooms and jumps around real fast too. So that's a thing. But I feel like like her in the flight attendant outfit is probably the most iconic piece of this, right?
Right.
And then going down, like that's what I think of when I think of Toxic. I think that blue flight attendant outfit.
Like the little sexy Pan Am girls or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Yeah, definitely. I kind of forgot all about the nakedness part of it.
yeah, yeah. It's
And
weird. There's
all the rest, even like the motorcycle scene and her going through like the laser beams, doing the spy stuff. I don't remember any of those outfits whatsoever. So then I'm like, did I even watch the Toxic music video? Maybe we only saw the previews, like whenever they'd show a clip, like at award shows or something. It was just the Pan Am Britney singing because I don't even remember like really any of that.
yeah. There's so much here and so many different sections. It could feel like someone from something else in your memory, and then they all come together here, and it's like, oh, this is all in one.
Yeah.
You know, like, yeah, it's interesting. But she is like on it with her just vibe with this. There is like a vampiness to her in here that's just like, dang. Like, you know how to sell your everything here. Like it's crazy. Like she was always pretty good during this time, and then I don't know, she has some issues, and then more issues, and then more issues, and people want her freed, and then she gets freed, and then they're like, and then she does stupid shit, and you're like, oh, maybe she shouldn't have been free. You know, like that.
Yeah.
Been a wild ride. Was her sister trying to break out as a star at this time, Ashley Lynn, or was it Ashley Spear? Or
It's Ashley Simpson, and then this is
Ashley Simpson, and then Jamie Lynn.
Jamie Lynn,
I had the
yes.
Lynn right. Ashley Simpson, funny enough, we'll be talking about at the end of the summer.
Oh no. Oh,
Sorry to
bless her
spoil the
heart.
end for you folks, but she'll be coming towards the end.
Man, it happened 20 years ago.
And the first, yeah, what is he going to do for that last one? I hope he doesn't tell in the first music video episode.
It's Ashley Simpson.
You'll forget, folks.
Oh my gosh. No, Britney Spears, she does the whole girl next door. She already tried to be a little bit bad with I'm a Slave for You. Then she comes out with this, and it's like, oh, okay. She's like full on sex kitten / still the girl next door, but she's like.
Is this pre-Federline, or is he showing up at this time?
I think this is before, because he was around when I was in college.
Okay.
This is college. I always got like when I call my Perez Hilton days. So I feel like that's when I followed the Federal.
The guy who drew jizz on everybody's face.
Oh yes. Yeah. But that's how I would keep up with stuff and things. But yeah, K-Fed came around later. So I don't know. I mean, gosh, she was just still on top with music right now, right? Like,
yeah. She had one.
Her movie, wrong.
Her movie came out, nobody saw it, so back to music, and her music took to another level.
Was she with Justin?
No, Justin was done. Because this is where like they have like the back and forth, because he's has like Crimea River comes out like the same year.
Oh wow.
Yeah. This is where he has Justified drops. I think this year, like it had just dropped, or this year, and it was Crimea River, and then she had like a song too that was about stuff, and I was like, whoa, what's going on here? Like, so it was the nasty breakup.
They broke up March 2002. Oh my gosh. I feel like it was later than that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Probably because he saw Crossroads. Damn.
Boom.
Womp womp. I'm sure it's great today. Go back and watch it. It's a feel good. Before
I bet
times
it's not
were
bad.
Really hard.
I bet it's just like, oh, that was all right. We were just really hard on Britney Spears for some reason.
Right.
Yeah, so it's probably better than New York Minute, which I watched this week for the show. Yeah, got that. So, but yeah, Toxic, pop it on. It's probably in many of your rotations still to this day. You listen to like local stations that throw a mix on or whatever from different eras, it probably plays. If you throw in a like modern pop station, it probably shows up randomly. Like
it's on your Spotify playlist.
Yep.
Don't lie.
Yeah.
When it comes on, you start doing it. It's right there. Gosh, it's so good.
Yeah. So there you go. That's Britney Spears Toxic. We're off to the races here in the music video series. Jessica, thank you for kicking it off once again. You've done it every time.
Thank you for inviting me. What a great song to start with.
Yes, for sure. So where can people keep up with you while they're waiting for you to return in a couple weeks? Just a couple.
Well, and to get that invite to the party, you can follow me on Instagram at Jessica Alsman. That's ALSMAN, or Twitter X at JN Alsman, and I'm over at the Bob and Tom Show. So if you ever check that out, you can find me there.
All right. And I'm on the socials at Brandon4KUHD, including Letterboxd. PopCon Louisville's coming at the end of August. If you're interested in being part of the podcast stage, sign up at popcon.us or use that for any and all of your podcast needs. So coming back Monday, the second episode of Summer of 2004 at 20, where Scott, Aaron, and I talk breaking all the rules, coffee and cigarettes, a day without a Mexican, and Troy. And not Brownfield, but he'll be back during this summer of 2004. So till then, stay film positive.
The summer